What's going on, what's happening? It is Lesiba Mothupi, and I'm glad that you're here back again on this weekly live session where we are now going to be looking at the markets for the week, what actually is going on, how we can benefit from it. But most importantly, this is not even financial advice. This is 100% what I am personally seeing in the markets. I want you to be able to learn from me being able to document down my journey, whether I take wins, whether I take losses. You'd be able to not be in the field, but rather be able to learn from my experiences. So obviously, if you believe that these videos are available, one thing that you can do for me as well is you can quickly just like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel. We are close to hitting 300,000 YouTube members, and yeah, I'm excited, man. You can also help if you are not yet a subscriber by hitting that button. So let's get started with it. We are going to be looking at the DXY, the DAX markets. We're also going to be looking at gold and as well Nasdaq. I've got everything right here in front of me, so without even wasting any more time, guys, let us go for it. And the first thing that I want us to actually start off first with is the DAX markets. Okay, no, the DXY, the dollar index on its own. So the previous week we can easily and simply see what actually happened here. We're looking at price basically just move and become here at these structures here, just here where we are. And one thing that I'm seeing is that yes, price is moving like that. Yes, price did even move like that, because here we wanted price to get here before we could easily just get that sell, but price didn't really get there. It just got here, done like more of a double top position, and then it went a bit more to the downside here. But ultimately, I like the fact that it has confirmed that downward movement, which means that I can capitalize on it now going all the way to the downside. The only thing I have to do is obviously look for proper entries. And guys, if you missed out on the previous how we saw it, obviously you can check the previous live session. But right now I can easily see that just by taking this trend line from the low here, we've got this first touch, second touch right here. This is before it done this, but since this is the previous week, I'm just gonna put this right here, and you can easily see you've got this first touch, second touch. And truly speaking, with what I believe in, with what I'm seeing, there's a high chance that price is gonna get here where we wanted it to be, and then potentially take that sell. Okay, because remember, the market doesn't really move easy where people can study it and get it exactly like that. It moves in specific ways. So with this already I can see high, 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 low, higher, 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 low, higher highs, higher low. Couldn't break this previous high, high, but we broke the low. So now we came back down and we've done this, and now we're going back up. So either we can take out these highs right here, highs, and then after we take them out, quick one out, and then after we take them out, this is what I'm seeing from the dollar index actually, just to without even wasting too much time on it, because I've been looking at this the whole week. What I'm seeing is price coming back and then taking out these highs, at the same time taking out grabbing liquidity and then going all the way down. Then we'll see price starting to push all the way down. Those are what I'm seeing now on the dollar index. But if not, obviously this area as well could potentially hold. This area right here could potentially hold, and then that's where we'd be able to just spot. As we can see, this would be our 4-hour order block, because you can see price basically just broke below here, created breaks of structures, and then now we're coming back up to retest some around these areas. So I'm not going to waste too much time on the dollar index. Now I want us to look at the action. Okay, so here we are now with gold. Let me just remove this previous week stuff. Everything here that you're seeing is just, I should clean up my charts. Yeah, let me clean them up. Remove, boom, everything out. Yeah. Okay, but wait, let me just leave this on because I have to make something using these. But yeah, just by looking at it, here we are, we've got this area right here. Now I'm on the 1-hour time frame because I'm looking for movements that I can literally trade. I'm not trying to waste time, but right now I'm trying to really trade on this. So yeah, one thing I'm seeing obviously is first touch, second touch, second touch, and then now look at it, look at where we are, third touches here. Okay, so prices pushed, giving us a third touch. The first confirmation that we have is prices giving us third touches, but now as well, since we're on the third touch, I can see price basically was here at the lower high, couldn't break the low, and then it broke. So this was more of a change of character. We went above, respected these highs, now we came back down. So before we broke above there, we can see this previous candlestick here on the 1 hour. we now tested it, so we could potentially go up from here. But let me just filter out more. I want to go to as low as the 15 minutes and then the 5 minutes, just to see when exactly is entry gonna be ready. Okay, so looking at gold, right, I can see now today we had this push all the way down. So today we've been selling from literally at night all the way Tokyo, the whole of Tokyo session basically we're selling. Let me see where we are right now. The whole of Tokyo session we were selling. Currently now on London, which is now the one that's active. We're about to get into New York within the next few minutes, an hour and a few minutes. So yeah, man, we just now looking at it. Let me just go back out. With this already, with the 50 minutes, I can see price pushed up, price came down, price pushed up, price came down. This one got retested here. This order block here got retested with this. This one here got retested right here. This one got retested as well. This one as well got retested. But this one here, I see price was also retested on it right now, actually, right now. Because it tried to retest here, but it didn't. It missed it like literally close to a pip. But now it came back on it. So with the looks of it, price might respect this area. But obviously, I'm not going to rush into a trade right now. It's not like I'm in a rush. I'm going to do more further analysis, which I'm going to go to the 5 minute. That's where I spot my entries. So in the 5 minutes, I'm trying to see now, filtering it out all the way to the 5 minutes. I'm going to look at this previous candle, which is going to be this one here. This right here. And basically looking at it, we never really got tested on it. So this is for me, if I'm looking for an entry, I'm more likely to take this one here, because why? It's much more safer. I've reduced most of the risks. 5 minute OB, I've reduced most of the risk. It's much more safer. Plus as well, looking at it, this could be some area of lows right here. We can see them, these lows here. We can see these lows. So price might just come here, take them out, and then we see that push back upwards. So that's actually what I'm looking for on gold, and this would be a clean one, taking a buy somewhere here. Stop loss just to be on the safe side. Gonna put it somewhere below here, and then I'm gonna go all the way up with it, maybe till somewhere here, taking profit. So I'm gonna have to manage this one, see it, so when it does come into reality, I'm gonna be able to, execute on it. But that would be gold. Let's look at Nasdaq, and hopefully I don't miss this while I'm recording this video, because this looks like a clean one. But then let's come back down to Nasdaq. Okay, so with Nasdaq here, one thing that I'm seeing is, can see the previous week we had this big push all the way downwards. Friday we had this big push downwards. The Monday came, obviously we were now in the zone, so we never really got any clean opportunity because of this. This distracted us. We couldn't get any clean opportunity up until here. You can see yesterday, Monday, right here, you can see price eventually got here where we wanted it to get to, and then it's now playing around there, which is basically on entry, because I wanted to take a sell there. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to wait for 5 minute confirmation of it closing below lower lows, and then coming back up to get that 5 minute order block, so that I can be able to start looking for an entry. So let me see how I'm going to do that. I'm going to go to as low as the 5 minute. So in the 5 minute, obviously I can see price just by following structure, lows here, highs, lows, highs, lows, highs, lows. Couldn't break the highs, broke the lows, then came here, lower high, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Now we broke, we back up, changing of character, coming back down, going back up. So one thing that I'm seeing here is we could potentially have more sellers that are going to take control. But for those sellers to come and take control, we need to have a specific area where they'll do that. Ne? So the first area is going to be, let me see if there's any imbalances coming all the way down. Okay, I can see here. Yeah, I can see one here. Even this one here, we had a huge imbalance as well here, right here. So basically you can see that at some point price couldn't, it skipped. There was so much selling power to a point where it had to jump. So you can see even one here, and so on. So what's gonna happen is that I'm now gonna start looking for order blocks through during this area. I can see also another imbalance right here. Let's see, yeah, the top, you can see we had this, we also had this here, but this one you got tested here, so it makes sense. But this is the one that actually makes sense for me. So if I'm looking for a sales, I'd rather wait for price to get all the way up here. That's if I am looking for a sell, I'd rather wait for price to get here, and then I'll take my sell comfortably. So I'm just gonna wait for a move like this. I'm not really gonna rush it. Okay, let me do this. And yeah, man, once the price does get there, I know that I'll be able to take like a clean sell. Where is that low? It's gonna be coming all the way down here, breaking the lows because we're going all the way down, creating lower lows and lower highs. So with price coming all the way down here, I know that I'll be able to capture that sell, and then stop loss just somewhere above here. Then I know that I'll be targeting this area. Obviously, I'll look to take profits at 1:2, but once price starts like progressing and going all the way down, that's where I'll be able to scale on it and do as much as possible. Okay, this one is still coming well. So yeah, that'll be dope on Nasdaq. Now let us take a look at the DAX. Look at all these gaps that came up. So the DAX, I like it because I'm trying to now incorporate London trading sessions on my trading sessions. So I feel like with the DAX, it will allow me to be able to basically capitalize on it, because truly speaking, when it comes to like trading, you need to be able to trade specific pairs and specific instruments at their own brightest sessions. Like let's say for instance the DAX now, I know that if I'm going to be looking at the London session, it will be wise of me to not trade anything else except for DAX during this time frame here. It's going to help me, it's going to guide me, and as well I'll be able to trade with like bangs or whatever you want to call it, or however you want to call it. Okay, so right, I can see with the 1 hour so far. We start off first with the 4 hour. 4 hours. Okay, I can see so much huge movement right here. Né? So many huge movements here. And this one here, it's not the cleanest. Let me just see. There we go. We're here now. So we can see with the looks of it, we're on German 40, and price started now shooting downwards. Yeah, price went up, price went down, price went up, and all just like this. This is the 4 hour. So I'm just gonna look at this month. Yeah, October. You can see from here, this was when we started the month. We shot up, played a bit, we shot a bit more down, and here we are back at in when the month started. Now we're pushing more upwards. So I'm gonna go on the 1 hour, and I'm trying to see what actually is price saying. So yeah, I can see we have this downward trend here that eventually got broken out. As you can see, here's a downward trend. We got lows, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and then here we didn't respect it, but now we rather broke out, yeah, which obviously now could potentially mean change of trend, which means if it's a change of trend, there's a high chance that we should do what, we should come back here. I'm just going to be on the 1 hour because I don't think the 5 minutes is going to show anything valuable, but I'm going to be on the 1 hour so we can really look at how we're going to go about it. So you can see we broke above here, so could potentially come back here at entries here at the high, or even break those highs. But before that even happens, I need to understand how I would look for an entry here. So the best possible way for me to get an entry is I would look at these lows here. I can see there was okay, this imbalance here got tested with this candle. It's respecting it. So the fact that it's even respecting it shows that it's respecting the movement to the upside. So one thing I want to do is here on the 1 hour, I'm looking for price to at least come back test here. Once it's here, I'll see also how it got there. I am going to look at a lot of different types of things, because it's not like it's just going to get there and I'll be like, oh, done. Like I don't want to look at this, and once it gets there, I'm going to look at how it got there. I'm going to look at the candlesticks that is printing when it's there. I'm going to look at also on the 5 minute what is it printing, so that my strategy as a whole can also be able. Mind you, we are also doing things like top down analysis and things like that, so it helps you be able to have a much more clearer and a deep understanding on what exactly you are looking at. I understand that most of you guys that are trading, that have been trading for a long time, maybe you are looking at gold and you're trading gold a bit too much, and you're asking yourself which are the rightest brokers that you can even trade with, especially when it comes to gold with the best trading conditions. The link is in the description. I'll make sure that I put the link there, because I was also able to see that, okay, no, since I'm focused more on gold, I want to be able to benefit from it, like, as much as possibly as humanly possible. And by doing that, I need to be able to trade with the right conditions. So yeah, I'll make sure that with the broker that I'm using, the link is gonna be in the description. At the same time, if you are looking for a community, a free VIP community, whereby I do send out, analysis when I'm seeing things, I do send out things and educational tips and stuff. You can also be able to check the very first link that will be in the description. It is your bed, it's Mothupi. I'm excited and I'm glad that you did watch this video up until this end. See you on the next YouTube video. Thank you so much for watching.